Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Elite Era podcast. I am your host, as always, Mystic, and today we're going to be reviewing the NXT Takeover show in New York. It just happened a few hours ago. Fantastic show. A lot of people online have been saying it's the best NXT Takeover of all time. I'm going to let it sink in for a little bit, maybe give it a few days to decide. This New Orleans was fantastic as well, but I'm going to say this TakeOver had the best main event of all time, and it had the best NXT match period of all time. It surpassed my previous favorite, which was Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas last year. The main event for this TakeOver was just fantastic. That 2 out of 3 falls. It was a little bit slow. It was slow in the beginning, but by the end it really picked up and it just became fantastic. It was. I'll get to it when I get to it. But anyways, guys. It's Mania weekend, and we're gonna be putting out a lot of content on the channel. We have this going up. Well, as you're hearing it, it's gonna be Friday night or Saturday morning when you hear it. It's gonna be going up. Saturday morning is gonna be some WrestleMania predictions. Saturday night, I should say, it's gonna be WrestleMania predictions, and then of course Sunday night is going to be WrestleMania, covering the whole show of WrestleMania. Given it ends that Sunday night, given how long it is, it might end Monday morning or whatever. But anyways, we're gonna get right into this card. Fantastic card, as I said. Great matches all around. But kicking things off, we had the NXT Tag Team titles being put on the line between the War Raiders and Black and Ricochet, and this was just a fantastic match. The War Raiders, as I said in the predictions video, I'm not the biggest fan of them because I don't think they have a character or really a character that I can gravitate towards and enjoy. But either way, they're fantastic wrestlers, and they showed it here in this match tonight. Some of the stuff Hanson was doing, that he was matching Ricochet in ability, and it was just amazing to see. It was really good, fast-paced opener. It was. Then the action never let up. Everybody looked good. Of course, Black and Ricochet are on the main roster now. They have a match at WrestleMania. They're on that main roster, so of course, this was their send-off match, and they put over War Raiders. War Raiders, with the win, they retain the titles with their finisher, the Fallout. They retain their titles. At the end, they have a show of respect for Black and Ricochet. They bow, they leave the ring, and Black and Ricochet have their farewell applause in the ring. They just get a standing ovation, and they bow to the audience and they embrace and all that stuff. It was pretty emotional stuff. It's a little bit sad to see Black and Ricochet go from NXT, but hopefully it's for the best. Maybe they'll pick up tag team gold on Sunday if they can beat the Usos and Rusev and Nakamura in the bar in that fatal 4-way tag match. Then we get into the second match, which was Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle. So this match was a little bit weird. I think it went on too long. It started really good, but the middle part was just, I think there was just too much. It went on for too long, and it was getting really boring at the middle. But then in the end, they brought it back, and it ended pretty good with the surprising finish as well. So this was for the North American Championship, and the Velveteen Dream, his entrance was he was the Statue of Liberty. It was pretty funny. He was just the Statue of Liberty. He had such a glamorous entrance, as expected from Velveteen Dream. And the match started off with some showboating, of course, because like I said, like I predicted in yesterday's video, that this was going to be more of a showboating match between the characters. And that's how the opening was. They're showboating a little bit, and then they just got into just strikes with Matt Riddle with his kicks and utilizing his MMA background. He's just kicking the hell out of Velveteen Dream, hitting him with suplexes. They just started trading suplex. He went for 3 amigos with the German suplex. At one point, Velveteen Dream hit the German suplex on Riddle, and Matt Riddle just no-sells it, which was awesome. And he just beats the hell out of him again. And then he just got most of this match was Matt Riddle on offense. He was just beating down Dream, just beating him down and beating him down and beating him down. And at one point, the Velveteen Dream, he hulks up, as he's done before, with his Hulk Hogan cosplay, I guess you could say, stealing his gimmick brother. He hulks up. Makes a big comeback. He hits the big boot, hits the leg drop and all that good stuff. Hits the Dream Valley driver. He goes up top, goes for the purple rainmaker. Gets countered into the bro mission, which was of course Velveteen Dream had tapped out to this move before, as we saw in that Fatal 5-way. So he gets it caught in this bro mission, but he's able to get to the ropes. And now here in these last few minutes, they have some good back and forth exchanges, and it leads to the finish, which was a very interesting finish, where Matt Riddle gets Velveteen Dream in the bro mission, and I was expecting him to tap in that submission, but no. Velveteen Dream, he rolls up Riddle while he's still in the bro mission. He rolls him up, gets his shoulders down. 1, 2, 3. The Velveteen Dream retains his title, which is something I did not predict. It was actually the only match on the show I didn't predict right. So it was a pretty shocking outcome, I think, because like I said in yesterday's video, I expected Velveteen Dream to be going up to the main roster, but now I don't think that anymore because of how the main event turned out. I think the NXT call-ups are full, which we'll get on to later on. But anyways, this was also a really fun match. Like I said, boring in the middle a little bit, but for how it left us with that shocking ending, it was good enough. It was a fantastic match. And then we got into the third match, which was maybe my most anticipated match of the card, which was Pete Dunne versus Walter for the NXT UK Championship. And like I said, when I predicted, I thought this was the most obvious outcome, which I was right. Walter was going to win the NXT UK title, but this was a match I was looking forward to because I've actually never seen Walter wrestle. I know he's been big on the indies, and now he's come to WWE and he's had a few matches in NXT UK. But since I don't watch that show, I haven't seen him. And the most I've seen of him are like some clips online of his chops and stuff like that. Some highlights. But I was really excited to see this match because I wanted to see how good Walter was, and I think Walter more than lived up to my expectations of him, because that dude, just from when he came out, the presence he has, his theme song's freaking awesome. It's that like symphony thing with like, the jaws sort of opening, and it was just fantastic. The presence that dude had, the commentary put him over huge with this presence. The presence that dude had was fantastic. This match was long, it was grueling, it was all based on like joint manipulation and submission and grappling, ground-based wrestling, mat wrestling. It was fantastic compared to the other matches on the show. It was unique in that way that it had its own style. There's a lot of Pete Dunne trying to just snap his fingers off. There's a lot of Walter going for those big heavy chops. The stuff they did in this match was, like I said, it was just fantastic. It was a fantastic match all around. A lot of stuff that made you cringe, because of course that's what happens when you watch Pete Dunne matches, because of the way he steps on fingers, the way he snaps fingers back, he bends back the arms. There's a lot of brutal looking submission holds in this match. And then the finish was absolutely fantastic. I thought this was such a fantastic. This is what really sold me on Walter. I just looking at this finish, this dude's gonna be huge. This guy he has to be big. He has to go onto the main roster and do big things, because they get on the top rope. Walter hits this massive power bomb on Pete Dunne. He hits him at this massive power bomb. Pete Dunne's down in the middle of the ring. Walter gets up. He goes up to the top rope, which he had attempted earlier in the match. He attempted a splash, which he had missed. I think it was countered into a triangle choke earlier by Pete Dunne. But anyways, he goes up to the top. He hits this humongous looking splash, just a ginormous splash. He hits that on Pete Dunne for the win. And well, I guess that's his finishers. And like I said, I haven't seen him wrestle. I don't know his all the moves he used here besides his chop were new to me. So it was cool seeing what kind of kit he had in his moveset, and that finish was just fantastic. It's just the way he does this splash, it felt so much more impactful. And it looked brutal looking. Seeing this humongous dude do that splash, he was just awesome. It was such an awesome finish. I hope that is his finisher. Like I said, I'm not sure if it actually is, but that move it looked like it. I'm gonna get into this later, but with the main event, but this was one of those moves where you would say to yourself, oh, if that's not the finish, then there shouldn't be one, because that was just a perfect finish to the match. That was fantastic. There's no way Pete Dunne was kicking out of that, especially if it would have already happened earlier in the match. And I think Pete Dunne hit 2 bitter ends on Walter. So Walter kicked out of 2 bitter ends to his finishers, which, it's NXT TakeOver. They do this all the time. Everyone kicks out everyone's finisher. And in the case of Johnny Gargano, in the main event, you kick out of 15 different finishers. But we'll get to that when we get to that, which won't be far, because next up we had the Women's Fatal 4-Way Championship match. Now, this was a bit of a cool-down period for me, because I just got done watching that fantastic Pete Dunne and Walter match. I didn't even write down many notes for this match. It was a great match. It was good. All the 4 women put in their best efforts. They had a fantastic match, but just for me personally, because of what I had just gone through, I was a little bit worn out, and I guess the crowd, you could see it a little bit in them too, and they were tired for the main event as well. I was a little tired, and I wasn't as invested as I think I should have been in this match. But either way, it was a great match. It was a chaotic, fun Fatal 4-Way, as many Fatal 4-Way matches are. But anyways, it ended with Shayna Baszler returning like I predicted. So Shayna Baszler most likely not going up to the main roster, and maybe it will be Sky Pirates going up, as Kairi Sane should be done, and Io Shirai, since they're a team, she'll probably go up with her. Although Io Shirai still has something she can do down here in NXT. She could actually take that belt. I wouldn't mind seeing her take that belt off Shayna or Bianca. Bianca Belair gets up there. But anyways, now we move on to the main event. And I skipped over those other matches a little bit quickly because I really wanted to get into this main event. Because this NXT Championship match, 2 out of 3 falls, Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole, was probably the best. I don't even think it's maybe or probably. I think this should factually be the best NXT match we've ever had. It was the ending, so emotional. It was sports entertaining. It was to use that phrase. It was very sports entertaining. Just threw logic out the window. Logic in this match didn't matter. It really didn't. It didn't hurt this match at all. It was still great. Which I'm just gonna skip over the little beginning parts because it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't as exciting. And you could tell a little bit the crowd was a little bit tired. But anyway, Adam Cole, he got the first fall clean with his last shot finisher. Gargano, with the Gargano escape, he got the second fall. And this is when the drama actually started picking up really high. The final fall was just fantastic. There was super kick after super kick, last shot after last shot. Adam Cole, which I think this match signified he's going up to the main roster soon, because Adam Cole hit Johnny Gargano with literally everything he had. He did so many super kicks, so many finishers. He put him through a table. He hit him with everything he could, and he couldn't get the win. So there's no reason for him to go back and challenge for the title. He did literally everything he could, and he cheated, which we'll get into a little bit later. And with all that, he still couldn't win. Johnny Gargano, not even foot on the rope or nothing like that. He just kicked out, which, thinking back on it a little bit, being out of the moment, I kind of don't like that. I think this was too much. I think they did too much here. Too much finishes. But it made up for it. The end just really made up for it. It was such a good feel-good ending to kick off to wrap up, actually, the story of Gargano and Ciampa. So anyways, after all that stuff I just said, after super kicks, after Gargano escape attempts, after slingshot DDTs countered into super kicks and stuff like that, after tables being broken, he actually went for Tommaso Ciampa's finisher on the table. It was just awesome. They went for the DIY spot. At one point, even Adam Cole hit the DIY super kick on Gargano, and of course he kicked out of that. Like I said, he hit him with as many finishers as possible. And then towards this end of the match, this last few moments, we had Roderick Strong. He came out, he distracted the ref, he got on the barricade, distracted the ref, which allowed Kyle O'Reilly to get in and break up a Gargano escape, which Johnny had Adam Cole in the Gargano escape, and because Roderick Strong was distracting the ref, he didn't see Adam Cole tap. Adam Cole actually tapped to the Gargano escape. So Gargano got the clean win, I guess the visual win, which made me think he wasn't going to actually win this match. And so And Calarelli broke that up by raking the eyes. And then Gargano got up. As he was stumbling, he accidentally pushed out the ref. He pushed him out of the ring. And then Calarelli and Roderick Strong, just the selling they did of this, their facials, especially Calarelli, was fantastic. Roddy's like, oh, get in the ring, get in the ring, get in the ring. They got in the ring. Calarelli and Bobby Fish hit their finisher to Adam Cole. Adam Cole got on top of him. Roderick Strong helped the ref get up, pushed him in the ring. The ref went for the pin, 1, 2, and then Gargano still kicked out, which is, like I said, he kicked out of the tag team finishers now, which is, like I said, was unexpected. And because I thought that was going to be a perfect ending. I thought that was perfect if Adam Cole won, but of course he didn't. As you can see on the picture, Gargano became the champion. So Gargano, after all that, he still kicked out. He took out the Undisputed Era. He did this awesome tornado DDT where midway through the DDT, I think he was doing it on Calarelli. He kicked the hell out of Roderick Strong. He took them all out, and then he flipped Adam Cole over the top rope and threw him on top of the other members, taking them out. But before that even happened, Adam Cole hit him with the last shot again, and while he was distracted for another near fall, of course. I think that was like the second or third of the match, and Gargano kicked out of there again. Gets him in the Gargano escape. Adam Cole's just fingertips away from the rope. He rolls him back in the center of the ring. Gargano escape, locks it in tight, and Adam Cole taps out. And now Johnny Gargano is the new NXT champion. Now, at first I thought it wasn't going to be a satisfying win unless he beat Ciampa for it. But just looking at it, just feeling the energy in the arena when he won the title, it was just fantastic. Candice LeRae came out, and they celebrated in the ring. They celebrated around ringside. He went with his family at ringside, his parents and his siblings. They celebrated there, and then he went to the top of the ramp, and of course the NXT the logo popped up, signaling the end of the show. And anytime the logo shows up and Johnny Gargano's there, that means Tommaso Ciampa's somewhere around. He's not gonna be far. And Ciampa comes out from Gorilla. He's on the stage too. Kind of funny. The crowd popped for it, and Gargano's like, "Oh, he's behind me, huh? He's behind me." He's pointing behind him. Turns around. Ciampa comes up to him, and they embrace. And like I said, this is very sports entertaining. And even if logic didn't apply here, because logically, storyline wise, there's no reason why Ciampa should come out and congratulate Johnny and hug him and stuff. But this was just an emotionally impactful moment, because these guys are best friends, and they've been working with each other. Their stories have been intertwined for the last 3 years, and it probably felt great to see for Tommaso to see Johnny win after him winning the title. So they embraced at the top, and Johnny. I think this was after cameras rolled. Gargano actually teased throwing him into the LED board, like he did a few weeks ago on NXT TV. He even teased that and laughed about it. But anyways, that ending right there, it was such a feel good moment. Like I said, it was so heartwarming seeing those two embrace, and it kind of I got a similar feeling to Eddie Guerrero and Benoit at the end of WrestleMania 20, just seeing them embrace with Johnny holding the title, and with Candice there and everything. Anyways, that match was fantastic. If that's not a 5-star match, I don't know what the hell's wrong with anybody who doesn't rate that 5 stars. It was probably a 6-star match. That match was fantastic. Like I said, a little bit overbooked, I guess you could say, with the false finishes, but that really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Once you got the finished product, it really didn't matter at all. The other card, War Raiders Black Ricochet and the Fatal 4-Way, like I said, were fast-paced matches, full of great action. Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle, a little bit boring in the middle, but it was still a really fun match. And Pete Dunne versus Walter, which is a fantastic, long, slow, but in the good way type of match. It was great. Very different from all the other matches. It was great. And then this main event, greatest NXT match of all time. Such a good feel-good moment. And it's great seeing this happen here, because on Sunday, I hope we see Becky and then Kofi also get some feel-good moments, and it's just going to be a feel-good Mania weekend. But anyways, guys, that's been my review on the NXT TakeOver New York. I thought it was a fantastic show. If I had to give it a rating out of, let's say, 10, I would call it a 9 out of 10 show. Like I said, a little bit boring part somewhere, so I'm not going to give it a perfect score. But probably the best NXT takeover of all time, and that's saying something because every single NXT takeover has been of high quality. Especially in this last year, they've all been, I would say, 8 out of 10 shows or higher. Even I guess if we're going to decimals, I would give this takeover a 9.5 out of 10. That's just how great it was. The only thing I feel like it was missing was a hardcore style match. I really loved the ladder match last year for the North American Championship in New Orleans. I really love that match. If they had something like that here, but maybe again with the North American Championship, add Keith Lee and Donovan Dijakovic in a ladder match or something with Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle, I think that would have fit really well on the card, giving it something different. But anyways, even without that, it was still a fantastic show. Like I said, that ending, I'm gonna talk about that ending a lot because of how great it was. It's gonna be an ending we remember for many years to come. But anyways, that's been my review of the show. If you like this video, if you like this kind of content, me going over these pay-per-views and events, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe for a lot of good stuff. Subscribe for the more content that's gonna be coming over in the next few days. It's gonna be a lot of stuff to cover with Mania weekend. With the Raw and SmackDown after Mania, and then the Superstar Shake-Up the week after that. It's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of exciting things happening, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.